Well, good day, tubes. How's she going? So we're just out in the shed right now, and I got the little 110 CRF 110 apart here. That Dilly crashed her there a couple of weeks ago, I guess, and bent the handlebars all up. And I don't know if you can really see them when they're like this, but this one here is bent in quite a bit more. So when you're turning this way, and then when you're turning this way, so you're not getting nailed in the dewey so much there. So it's hard to tell on there, but if you hold it up to this set of bars, right about there, you see we're all pretty much square there, but then you come over here and then she's like way out. So we gotta do a little tweaking and see if we can bring her back. You can kind of almost see it if you got a real good eye. Like you can see this side here is kind of cranked in a bit too much. So I'm gonna have to, I think he must have landed and then jabbed this into the ground real hard, and it just kind of went and then bent over. It only goes so far, you know, like it only goes so far to the left side here, and then she's just gonna bend the rest of the way. So surprised he did her. He must have been hauling along pretty good. So, but anyways, she's a rainy day. So you can almost hear and see, rainy, rainy. So I guess this would be a good day to kind of tweak this a little bit. So yeah, I can see that it's hit on this side, because if I line the center bar up, it's kind of pulled a bit to the left. I can see, I don't know if the camera's catching it or not, but anyways, she doesn't need much, just a little bit. And probably, I think it's okay here. It looks okay here, but I'm gonna have to probably heat her up a little bit, maybe, I don't know, and then try to straighten that around. But probably should try to get this grip off too. That might be fun, but I think if I spray a little WD-40 and a little bit of compressed air down in there, that'll probably do her. Anyways, good day for putting the wash out. Getting a second rinse, I guess. Oh well, let's head her down and see what we can get into. Can you see the squirrel in this picture? Squirrely picture. I think he's looking at us thinking, holy cow, that's a big black squirrel in the car. Well, I'm sitting here just trying to visualize, and you can kind of see the bend in it, but it's really tricking my brain, because you kind of sit here and then you think it's okay, and then you look at it again and it kind of looks like this needs to get bent up a bit. So I think what I'm going to do maybe is try to get this grip off of here, and squeeze her too tight there. Try to get the grip off of here, and then maybe that'll make it look a little more like it's wonky. I think what I'm going to try to do too is get a straight edge, go from the edge of this one over to this one, and see what the gap looks like in the middle. You know, if it's more uniform here and then it's kind of really squashed here, you'll be able to tell right off how bad it is, right? Anyways, sometimes you can just kind of stick your air gun in there and blow it and come right off. But let's grab some air in that tripod here, see what happens. Okay, so sometimes this will work, sometimes not. But let's see. Maybe sometimes not. It might be glued on. Might be glued on. Now, sometimes too, you gotta. Wow. That is not good. Now, the only other thing I kind of know what to do is sometimes stand up. If you can get it sort of wiggling and moving, and then put it up on its end. So we'll have to switch this to go, let's see here, kind of like, I don't want to put the whole grip right in the vise here, but sometimes if you can do that, just to hold it, and we'll get ourselves some WD-40 here. I wouldn't think they would have glued these, but who knows. Start a bit of that in there, and sometimes you gotta let them sit for a while till it kind of soak through and go down a bit. But what I might do to aid and assist us a little bit is trying to get that opened up with this thing here, and then we can get more poured down in there, and then it'll soak in better and stuff. Okay, we'll let that sit a minute, and hopefully it should twist right off. Well, I don't know. It might be glued on. It might be glued on. Okay, so now with a little bit of combined air pressure and this crap in here, I'm gonna try to not blow it in my face, but wow, that's must be glued in. The only thing I can figure. Now another trick too might be go down in here. New musical tune. Well, this is going to take a bit of working this stuff in. There we go. Never mind. Got her. Just need a little bit extra. Oh, it was glued a bit. A little bit of crap or something on there. Not much, but just enough to hold her, I guess. So that has to be all clean because it'll be all, won't want to go in there now. Okay. Let's just give her a little wipe. It's not going to rust anyways for a few minutes. Well, there's the number or something K4K910. Very interesting. Okay. So now we've got to find us a nice straight edge, something that you know is definitely straight. Okay, this is going to be tricky to show you, but if you put your straight edge from one side here, match it up to that side there, you can see our gap from here to here, and whoop crap, sorry, from here to here and here to here. This one's a bit wider, right? Now you can also, if you're good at kind of measure balling up a measurement here, you could almost get, this is the part that I was going to say that was going to be tricky. So we've got 5 and looks like an 8 here. And it's pretty well the same there, but it's actually here, past here where it's bending. So what we're gonna have to do is try to see if I can get a measurement somewhere. It's gonna be tricky because there's nowhere really to measure a square by. Like this is square here, right, to this piece here, where this one's not really, so it's really hard to kind of judge it. But I'm going more by, you can see the difference in the gap. So that's, I guess, what we're gonna have to go by. You can see her pretty good there. You can see how much bigger the gap is on the left side. So we'll go by that and then try to straighten her from that, I guess. So another thing you can also do to see how far you're out is, we'll get everything lined up like we had here. Okay, now everything should be square. So when it's not bent, it should be square, right? So what you want to do now is just bring this one down a bit on this side, and then you can come into where you see it kind of looking squarish, right? And then you can see how much we're actually out here. So this has actually got to get bent out. Oh, probably 3/4 inch anyways. That should bring her back to squarish. Now another thing too we're going to have to watch is that it doesn't sag down on us when we're bending it, so that I haven't quite figured out yet how to make sure that's okay. But I think you'd have to go maybe on the top here, so this way, and then look at it through this way and make sure, whoa, stay there. Make sure that it's square when you look through, which actually it's not bad that way. So he's actually just bent her. I guess when he landed, that jammed into the dirt here and it just kind of pulled this sideways, and this one, at least the throttle was not hurt or damaged up in the air, you know. So this one is just basically going to have to heat her right in here, I think, and just kind of try to straighten her. Now I was trying to wonder too if he's actually bent it here. It kind of looks like it's maybe going this way a hair bit. But I think at the worst of it's actually right here. This would be fairly strong having this little crossbar in here. So I'm looking at it more, and yeah, it's pretty much right in here. So I think if we heated up this kind of general area right here and then just back, we'll put our little Dewey on it and measure it again, and I think that should do it. Okay, so hopefully nothing catches fire. I'm not going to heat her up wicked hot, but it's going to have to get, it's pretty much red. Oh, I gotta turn the tanks on. That would help. Okay. So, we got our bar here. Ready to go. Try to just push it up and over. It's going to, of course, scorch the paint off it, but we can repaint it. We have that technology. So, fire it up. Okay, unfortunately it's going to be do it and try it and do it and try it and do it and try it and do it and try it, and it's like too much. That's actually pretty well bang right on there. Okay, and this away. I'm just eyeballing it. Actually looks a little high. I don't know if I can bend it now. It's cooled down too much, I guess. But actually that's okay being a little high, because when I'm riding it, I'm turning, it's always jabbing me in the leg anyway. So, which, you know, isn't too often I ride that one, but when I do, yeah, that's not too bad. Let's double check this again. I think that'll be better. Ooh, it's hot. Okay, well. Might as well just generally heat up the rest of her maybe, and then just repaint the whole thing, but don't really need to do that yet. So, okay, somewhere here I should have a wire brush. Oh, you can see the nice braze underneath there. That's nice. course, if I don't clean these right off, it's gonna look like crap, isn't it? You know what? For as much as it's gonna take, I'm just gonna smoke this thing here, I think, with the heat gun here, and then you'll just take her and maybe sandblast it and then repaint the whole thing. Hopefully it doesn't go before me on me, it shouldn't. Basically need to burn the paint off it, which I don't think was powder coat. Quite a color off it though. That'll get most of her. If we sandblast that off, it'll be awesome. Good enough. Another way I could have done that too is I picked up, wouldn't be quite as fast, but I picked up one of these heat guns the other day. 1350. Well, there's the Dewey. It gets pretty hot. Let's just give it a run. I'll show you something later too with this thing. It's pretty cool. So power. You want high. And crank her up. And you can see inside. In a sec here you'll see the, well, maybe you will, I don't know. Getting glowy red kind of inside there. Yeah, it gets pretty hot. It'll strip paint off pretty quick, you know. I tried a little spot there, I'm like, whoa! Definitely not as hot as my other torch, but it's hot enough you don't want to stick your hand in front of her too long, that's for sure. So, let's see here now. Yeah, that should all come off pretty good now. That sandblaster will blow that right off pretty good. But anyways, yeah, I did a little experiment. She should be good and red glowy now. Yeah. Red glowy. Oh, hot air come out the other side even. Cool. But yeah, I did a little experiment the other day. I had an old stick of wood. Want to see how long it took to burn through it, and maybe I'll do something like that for you later. Show you how long it takes to burn through a stick of wood. And my cord just rested on it and started burning through. Great. Now I'll just cook it off. And all bubbly and stuff. That would have been cool if it went through the black one and oh boy. Oh boy. Anyways, heat done. So now what you got to do is set it to cool, and it'll run for a little bit until it cools its dewies off inside there, and then it'll basically shut down on its own. It's kind of cool. This was about a middle of the range of heat. The head when it went up to like 5,000 degrees. I'm like, holy crap, that'd be like a big, huge unit. I don't know how that would run up 110, but should be hard on the hydro, I would think. But it was like a great big, huge, like, you know, big mower. So I'm like, no, this should be fine. It's like hair dryer warm right now. Which is probably, I don't know, 350 degrees maybe? I don't know how hot hair dryers go. Well, they draw a lot of amperage and wattage though, full circuit pretty much. It cools everything down inside again, right? So it doesn't melt on you. So I guess if you stopped there, it would probably melt. You can just shut it right off too, and it doesn't actually auto cycle the cooling cycle. So that's, you know, not too good. Let's just put it in there. It's done now. So that's pretty cool, eh? But anyways, these will be hot for a few. So I'm gonna let that sit there and cool. Have my coffee, and then we'll take them in and sandblast them. Okay, so we got light going. We got our vacuum ready to go. We got air on this thing here. We just got to put them in. Open the dewies. I was thinking of wrapping up my GoPro maybe in a real good something and putting that in there too, but nah. So and looking through here, it's once I get blasting I can hardly see, so you guys won't be too much better. So anyways, we'll get her blasted. It won't take too long, and then we can hang her up and find some paint. Alright, well, we didn't do a too bad job with how wide it is and hard to maneuver inside of the cabinet there. We pretty well got her. There's a couple of spots I couldn't just snake around to get, but I think that should be good enough. So, I'm going to hit her with a bit of my self-etching primer. Somebody was asking about primer the other day. This is the stuff I use. Proform, I don't know, I just get it from the automotive store. It comes with the two heads too, like the nice whitey spray, and then you can turn that and turn the spray the other way too. So self-etching primer is pretty good. I use it a fair bit. I'm just going to put a light coat on. I'm not going to go craziness with it. Let's get her all mostly covered. Should have my fan on, but I got my bike in the other side right now, and I don't really want to turn the fan on there, so open the back door, I guess. Now, if I was smart, I could have got my great big fan and put it at the back door and sucked it out that way, but oh well. Probably going to be a little bit right there where the wire's touching. Good enough. Okay. There's a trick to these cans. So now I've sprayed it, right? Now if you want to keep the nozzle from getting bunged up, just turn it upside down and spray it until it goes clear. Pretty much like that. And that'll clean out the nozzle and stuff, and then she'll be good for next time. Alright, we're going to paint these, but I'm going to leave it up to you guys and a voting system, I guess you'd call it. Cast your vote of the comment below. We got all these colors of paint. We don't have to paint it black. We can paint it something else if we want to. Make it look a little different. So anyways, here's the colors you can choose from. John Deere green. John Deere yellow. Universal red, this is called. That's just a black, straight universal black. That's what it, pardon me, it should get. This is some kind of army drab, non-reflective natural nature color. Dries for 15 minutes. It's probably not the best stuff to put on there, but army drabby color. And this is a new case red, so you can see the difference. It's hopefully you can see that. It's a little darker, anyways. And then I got this Krylon stuff. It's for metal, wood, and wicker, and more. And it's like a chrome, but it's actually not chromy like that. I tried some just for fun, and that's actually what you get. So not too well advertised, but it's sort of kind of a shiny, kind of a silvery color, I guess. So yeah, some colors to choose from. What do you guys think? I'll leave a comment down below. Alright, so we're going to do our little experiment here. We're going to see how long it'll take for this gun once she's fully heated. So we'll get her good and hot, fully hot, and then we'll stick her down, turn her on, and then see how long it takes to burn through this. This is a 1x2, so it's not too huge, but pretty good test for just a little electric gun here. So anyways, let's fire it up. We'll get her good and warm. Max them up. Good and hot. Hot enough that it'll say melt this plastic. It's already starting to shrivel it from this far away. Oh, that must have been a shrinky plastic. Shrink plastic, shrink to nothing. Okay, so I'll just give her a few more minutes, get her good and warm, and we'll try her out, see how long it takes. Oops. Yeah, I guess we can zoom in a bit. Okay, so this is about as hot as it's going to get. I don't want to put it in the camera because it'll actually cook the camera probably. So let me get her down, we'll get the camera started, and off the races we go. Well, that works pretty good. I guess she's sawn in half. I kind of don't think I'd want to cut a piece of wood that way every time, but that's a pretty darn hot little doohy there, I'm telling you. So let's turn her down to cool again, and then that'll just smolder itself out, I'm sure. And that's pretty awesome. Holy lickety-split. Alright, it's a little bit smoky in here, sort of kind of, so I thought maybe I'll turn the big fella on here. I just tried it out, and it draws so incredibly much air. I could feel like all the hot air from up in the attic getting sucked down and out there. I wish you guys could be here to feel that. Turn this way a bit, and you can actually feel it like all of a sudden it gets really hot coming in behind. That's really weird. There's an exhaust fan for you. Oh, hey, that works awesome. Alright, just doing a bit of work on the old girl here, and what I've got here in my hand I'm going to show you. One is, well, it's a little heavy because of the bracket still attached to it, rough to get out of there, but that is a, I'll show you this positioning in a sec here, but what this does is, this is a vent solenoid, I think that's the right word for it, vent solenoid. Basically what this is there's two holes here. Hang on a sec. Very good light here. There's two holes there that allow air to come in once this thing opens. And inside of here I think is like a bunch of media and filtery kind of stuff. And it sucks her out here, and then this goes into a big tube which goes into your vent canister, your evaporator canister-y thing there. So when this thing opens, it opens this one, although I'm not 100% positive because I think it's open now. Because I can blow air in and out of it, right? So it actually probably closes when it's not needed. And maybe it opens to vent. I don't know. I haven't really done a whole bunch of research on this Evap stuff yet. on this rig, but this definitely is the end. So there's a great big hose that clips onto here, and that goes all the way into your canister. So when this thing is able to let air through, it sucks clean air through, and that purges out your canister, which is supposed to suck it with the vacuum of the engine into the engine. So listen to this. So okay, so this is the old one. Dirty, bit grimy. That's the old one. So I still got the bracket attached to it, which I got to try to get apart, which should be almost impossible. But listen to this. Ready? Okay. Now listen to this. So there's part of the problem, I think, there. So I'm going to try to get this bracket off here without wrecking her too bad. If not, I'm going to have to figure out something else, because this kind of mounts on the frame and it just kind of sits sort of like this, and the air goes up through there and out and around, right? So it's pretty plugged up, I think. So that right there could be 98% of the problem right there, although there's other bits that are probably just screwed. So let's take this in and see if we can get this apart gently. Okay, I'm not too sure how gently is going to have to be here, but it's pretty rough shape, this thing. It's got to come out this way though. It's got that little locking tab, which I'm amazed didn't just break off. Oh, it's coming. Gently. There's not much left. Surprising if there's anything left. Holy crap. Okay, let's put that one in here. I want to pop this thing apart too, and it's actually still paint on it. Original paint. Poor thing's just crumbling. Yeah, I soaked that a few days back ago there to kind of help it, but well, I think that's probably about as far as I'm going to get her. I need to go a little bit more though. I think that's all I'm going to get. Which isn't going to be enough to lock her, but that's in there tight enough. I don't think that's going to go anywhere. Poor thing. Even that's not even really fitting quite right in there now, because I kind of smushed her down a bit, I guess. The only place to hit it though, it's not too bad there now, I guess. Okay, so that one's good. Now let's just see if we can get this thing open here. There's probably a cleanable filter in it, probably. I see there's little tabs on the side, but I guarantee you, that they're probably gonna break off. If it even comes, oh yeah, they're broken already. Look. One time use only. Just clip it on, and then if you want to take it off, too bad. Too bad. Oh, pardon me, actually, I think this thing is siliconed in here. Which would sort of make sense. There. Well, let's have a look. She's got a little filter in it. She's a little bungy, but it's not too bad. But it's still not much better. So probably something to do with the valve itself is all grimed up. Well, let's tear it apart some more, see what we can get into here. Alright, where's she come apart next, boys? I'm thinking probably this dewey there. Oh, look. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, well, that's garbage. So what's in there? A little spring dewey. Yeah. I don't know if I can get her much more apart than that without smashing her. Okay, that's pretty tough. Oh boy. Holy crap, that is really tough plastic. Oh. Oh, so there's the end of her. Yeah, well, I guess that's it. She blows good now, but yeah, you can see up in there that I think this thing in here is supposed to move, which it doesn't look like it has for maybe a long time, so oh well. Some for the scrap heap. The new one should help anyways, for as much life as we're going to get back into this truck. So that's the one part replaced. Well, that's roughly where that thing sat, and there kind of sorta. So far it looks like we're all following a suit here. It's not looking too good in there either. So that goes way under the canister, which I'm gonna see if I can get that line off right now and see how it's looking. Maybe it just needs cleaned out. It's probably just got some crap in it. So I'm gonna try to get under there without jacking it up, but if I have to, I have to. So anyways, got to get these clips off too, and they're plasticky and of course facing the other way to unlock it. So gotta love that, eh? But anyways, see what I can do here. Okay, those clips are completely, totally ridiculous. I do understand how they work, but there's stuff in them or whatever, and they don't open, and they have to close themselves to open themselves, if you know what I mean. It's kind of stupid, but anyways, got her jacked up. A little extra room. Got her on the stands. And just lost my glasses. And scratched them all along the ground. That's great. So, it's not too much further here. Get myself over here a bit better. That's the other end of the line here. It's going into the canister here, right? Oh. And, yeah, so that's it right there. Into the canister here. So that's not too bad. Now there is another line, of course, that goes from here all the way up to the engine, which could be a problem too. I don't know, I haven't even routed that yet. So one of these 16 here, well, a couple of these are no good now because they were this one brake line up here is no good. Should actually yank it all out of there, but man, they rust fast. Holy. At least the one I did, it's got that green coating on it. It's not too bad yet, but these ones must have been just straight steel crap lines, and they're just going bad. Wow. So one of these here, I'm not too sure. I'm gonna have to route it a bit, figure out where everything goes. But anyways, right now I'm gonna work on getting this one off. Alright, actually I took out the whole entire canister there, just unbuckled a couple of little lines here, and there's another little line here that goes from that thing to the steel line. I haven't blown in it yet, but let's see here. Well, it seems to be clear. Clearish. Now, the whole problem could be in here too, I don't know. And I followed the line a little bit. It's the third one, so if I can find where they're coming in up here. Oh, where was that now? Should be somewhere. Might have to go a bit further up and follow them a little better. I can't quite see where they're coming up here. Probably looking right at them, but yeah, I'll have to do that and follow it a bit more. They probably come up behind the engine here, which I do see. I think the fuel lines here. So there's two fuel lines, and I guess it's maybe this guy here, although he's going into, I think, the engine over here into the back of the head. So that's not right. Don't think it has anything to do with that EGR. No, it's totally different, something else. But anyways, I'll sort that out after there. I'm probably looking right at it, but yeah, I don't know. But anyways, we're not really sort of worrying about that right now. I just want to have a look at this canister and this this line here, and I think in my box of gooey's here, I've got, well, this is something else. Now what on earth is this thing? Maybe this isn't even for this. I don't really know. This actually looks exactly like the sort of the same thing. Yeah, I think it is. This is for maybe a different model. I think it's the same idea. Yeah. And that's actually supposed to go, it's actually the same line, but a little different setup Dewey there. Now, why did I order that? Must be for a different year. But that looks like exactly the same line with the same stupid Dewey clips on it. So, worst comes to worst, I guess I could make this thing work. I could probably just take this off and then have to put this other fitting on here. What is that for then? That's really interesting. I don't know. But anyways, yeah. I'll have to look that up, and then I've got the, that's another little, this is probably not even for this one either. And I know this one is up on the engine. That's like another one. I think this thing is the one that actually opens. Let's see here. Yeah, it's closed now, so it would actually trip it open, and it would start sucking the stuff through. So let's just pop the hood here again quick. Oh, it's still popped. And I know that thing's up on the top here, so yeah. Okay, so that's it there. Yeah, I was right. I was right. So that's good. Now, if I can get this off of here again, I wonder if I can blow a bit of air through it and see how easy it is to push air all the way through, because there could be an issue in the line too. Let's see if I can get that off. Okay, I'm gonna try to. Oh, it tastes very good. Actually, salty. Well, I'm blowing through it, but I don't know if it's super good. But oh man, it would take a. Oh, pardon me, it take a lot of vacuum to get that out. Oh, sorry about that. I didn't mean to hark all over you and spitting all over the place. Oh, that was nasty. So, I'm not too sure where it is that joins into the plastic. Now, there's also a little valvey thing down here too. What does that say? Evap. Come on. Evap service port. 1 psi maximum. Regulated pressure only. Well, I was probably pushing that anyways, so I'm assuming that's probably fine, but what I might do is blow the airline through it and see if it sounds okay. Oh, I see, inside of that thing is like a little Schradery valve thing. Sort of kind of can't get you right in there, but that's, I guess you could pressurize it in there and see if the system holds pressure, kind of thing. So I guess if this was leaking here, it would back in, so I should probably switch him too anyways. Maybe I'll leave that on for now and then remember where it went. But yeah, so it even says on the cap here, hand tighten only. So I guess maybe you get it too tight. Just like that. So yeah, I'm not gonna do too much more up here today with that. I'm gonna concentrate more on this back here. We'll take it in the back shop with us, I think. Okay, I got the old line off here. Anyways, it wasn't too bad. I'm gonna shoot a bit of air through it. It wasn't too bad. A little bit of dusty stuff, but build up of years and years of having it undersprayed. I don't imagine that would have a problem though. That's a pretty rigid hose. But on the other hand, maybe this thing's got an issue too. There's a lot of different Deweys and ports and stuff and things and stuff on these. So apparently there's a cleanable filter too. I don't know. Might have to replace it too. I don't know. Well, the only way I can see is how it would have to come apart would be definitely off this end, because the way it's tapered, you never get it all out the other way. So I'm not really hammering on her too hard. There is a split here, I think, but I think it's glued. I don't think it is actually serviceable. Of course, I can't hold it enough too, right? Yeah, I don't think this is going to come apart, so yeah, I'm not going to maybe worry about it too much, trying to get her apart, but I think maybe I'll order another one. They're not cheap though, which sucks, but I think these ones I seen a Rock Auto were like $100 or so. But it does blow stuff through it, like, oh, it stinks too. It's doing its job, I guess. Like, everything seems to blow fine, but I don't know. It's not worth really messing with, I don't think so. Oops, sorry. Let's try just maybe see if this top cap will pry out. Yeah, I think it's all glued. She's a one solid unit, so I guess that way it won't leak too, right? Because what happens with these, if you fill your tank up too much, it'll actually go down that little line and then start filling up in this. And you don't really want that, so it's not a good thing. So, and that was the little bracket that was on it. That originally was on it, but I think it's been serviced maybe before or something, and it's fallen off and someone had zip tied her onto the truck again. So that's all I can imagine. So I'm gonna maybe go order one of these, tack with it. But anywho, let me know what color paint you're liking, and whatever I guess we'll say tonight gets the most votes on her is the one we'll use. So shut all my lights off because I'm heading home. Yeah, that's the one we'll end up using. So yeah, so yeah, let's just like leave a comment, Dewey, on the bottom there, and then we'll go from there. So, but anywho, I guess that's it for today. Not much else happening until I figure out some more of this Evap crap. Evap crap, hey, that rhymed. That's cool. But anyways, thanks for watching today. We will catch you, I'm sure, tomorrow. And I'm just gonna leave this on the stands, I think. Pull her in. Alright, I got a very important message for you. I would like you guys to do me a favor if you could. My nephew started up a YouTube channel, and he's kind of hurting for subscribers and stuff and people watching his stuff, and if you could go check his channel out, watch some of his videos and stuff, and subscribe and stuff, and encourage him to make up some more videos. Yeah, he actually lives out in Nova Scotia there, one of my favorite places to be. So yeah, give him some encouragement, you know, some good messages saying make more videos, show us the ocean and stuff, and you know, all that cool stuff. And I'll put his link in the description down there, and if you could do that for me, I'd really appreciate it. So anyways, that's probably it for today. Yeah, I don't think I got anything else going on now. What time is it anyways? It's probably getting on. So 4:06, yeah, the heck with it. Anyways, yeah, so if you don't mind, go check out his channel and stuff, and subscribe to him and stuff for me and for him, and encourage him to make you some more videos. He's in a pretty awesome place out there. I wish I was out there every day of my life, but I'm stuck here. So there's lots of cool stuff he'll be able to show you out there. Some ships, and they have a tall ship festival and stuff, and I'm trying to get him to make some longer videos and stuff, because he does a lot of short stuff, because he's having a bit of issues with rendering programs and stuff right now, and all that kind of stuff. And so yeah, we're trying to get him going on it, and so far he's doing really good. And yeah, so if you don't mind, check him out, and tell him I sent you. And tell him Uncle Bill sent you. That's my nephew. So yeah, but anyways, that's it for today. We'll catch you hopefully tomorrow, and I'm gonna order that Evap Dewey canister thing tonight, and should be good to go. But anyways, I don't know, after all I've replaced here, the only other thing that could be something wrong with it is wiring. So if it is, I don't really know much about that. So I'm trying to tackle this and do it myself, but if worse comes to worse, and if it's into the wiring, then I'll probably take it to somewhere and get them to do it, and check all the lines and stuff, whatever, because it could be something gone bad somewhere there too, right? But I'm kind of suspecting that one little valve was a little stuck. And basically, it sort of makes sense if this one up here is opening and it's trying to suck air through. It's not getting anything from the vent, because that vent thingy back there is not opening. I was actually getting quite I think it was a vacuum. When I pretty much had the tank empty, go to fill it up, it would out of the gas cap. So I'm pretty sure that if that vent was open back there the way it should have been, it probably would have been fine. And I bet you the light will go off once we get it all kind of sort of back together, hopefully. But anyways, thanks again for watching. We'll catch you tomorrow. And tomorrow I have no idea what we're doing. It's like today, I had no idea I was going to burn through a stick with a heat gun and stuff. But anyways, oh, let me know too what color you want that. And we'll go with the highest votes. So that's about the best way we can do her. So anywho, have a good night. Thanks again for watching, and check out my nephew there. Links in the description. And see you tomorrow.